Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my usual weekly technical analysis outlook videos in which I will comment on what I think will happen to some FX crosses and equities. As always, before I begin, I want to clarify that this is not a solicitation or recommendation to enter into long or short positions in the names that I will mention in this video, nor do I have existing positions in them. This is not financial advice, and if you're using this content as a guide to trade, you are doing so at your own risk. Alright, let's start. In this video, I will not be reviewing names that I've covered in past videos and just focus on new coverages. I've put in timestamps, so please use them to skip to the names that interest you. I'll start off this video with ASML, which is an important chip making company in Netherlands. It appears to be forming a head and shoulders top on the weekly chart. Rebounds have failed to sustain above the 20-week simple moving average 3 times, and these rebounds also failed to test the upper Bollinger. Now, with the latest weekly close below the 20-week simple moving average, I expect ASML to be biased to the downside. A weekly close below the neckline will complete this bearish pattern that has a textbook target very low at 47.46. I have not said this often in recent videos. Sometimes the textbook targets will appear excessively low or high, and some might not even make sense. It is up to the analysts to make adjustments to these targets. Therefore, I believe this 47.64 price target for ASML, for a company like ASML, to be excessively low and doesn't make sense. For now, I will be targeting a drop to only 355.3 to 400 range. If there is a breakdown below the 355.3, then I will gradually revise my targets lower. Next, Salesforce is also forming a head and shoulders top. It is also on a weekly chart. It is already trading below the Ichimoku cloud, therefore downside bias has prevailed, and you can see that all 3 rebounds ended in rejections at the 20-week simple moving average. Closing below the neckline at 230 will complete this bearish pattern that has a textbook target at 93.11. Next is Bank of America. It appears to have completed a bearish pattern, a double top. It has also closed within the Ichimoku cloud, so downside bias has increased. This completion of double top has a textbook target at 40.96. This next name is also a bank, Morgan Stanley, and I believe it is also forming a double top. Now, the latest price action on Friday closed back above the 20-day simple moving average. Therefore, downside bias has been eliminated. It is actually tilted towards the upside. This double top will require a close below the support at 135.26 to complete. And if that happens, the textbook target is at 125.26. Given that the bias is now tilted to the upside, there is a risk of invalidation. If Morgan Stanley rises, and I just require a rise and not close, rises above 145.49, then this bearish pattern will be considered invalid. This next stock is a company many from Singapore and Malaysia will know, C Limited, parent company of the online shopping platform Shopee. It is potentially forming a cup and handle top. Price action failed to hold above the Ichimoku cloud twice over here and over here, suggesting a lack of upside strength. Closing below the support at 145.24 will complete this bearish pattern that has a textbook target at 117.9. Next, I believe you will know this name, Intel Corporation. Intel is forming a pattern that I've not shown in my recent videos, a rectangle. It is generally thought of as a continuation pattern, meaning the expected outcome is the same as the preceding trend, but in my experience, this is not true. In my view, a rectangle is a neutral pattern and the outlook is based on the direction of the break. Intel has been trapped within 26.43 and 18.73 since August 2024. A weekly close above 26.43 will confirm a bullish outlook, and the textbook target is at 36.16. Alternatively, a weekly close below 18.73 will be a bearish case, and the textbook target is at 11.02. Gold is also forming a rectangle guarded by 3435.63, which has rejected gold lower 4 times over here, and bordered by 3245.56 on the downside. A close above this resistance, 3435.63, will confirm a bullish outlook targeting 3625.59. Alternatively, closing below this support will confirm a bearish outlook targeting 3055.83. The last name for this video is on Candy Swiss, which is the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc, which completed a falling wedge over here on the 8th of August. The textbook target of this bullish pattern is at 0.6213, but watch out for the resistance at 0.6060 because I believe this can reject Candy Swiss lower when tested. For now, I have some suspicion on how price action could develop if Candy Swiss indeed gets rejected, but let's save it for another video. That's the end of my sharing. I will give updates to these crosses and names only when there are meaningful development, and in the next video, it will highly likely be on new crosses and new names. If you like what I'm doing, please help me out by giving me a like, please subscribe and hit the notification button for more videos like this.